Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're taking a little tour of our own kitchens, but we're not looking for a snack. We're on a mission to uncover some hidden dangers that could be lurking in your pantry. Dangers that could be really, really harmful to our furry best friends. You know the scene. You're sitting on the couch enjoying a little something, and then you feel it. Those big, pleading eyes staring up at you. It is so hard to resist sharing, right? It just feels like you're showing them a little love. But here's the thing. That little act of love, that seemingly harmless treat, could actually be a serious threat. A dog or a cat's body is just, well, it's wired completely differently than ours. A lot of our favorite foods are literally toxic to them. So let's break down exactly what you need to know to keep them safe. Here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll get into why some of our so-called healthy foods are a big risk for pets. Then, we'll run down a most wanted list of toxic culprits in your kitchen, including some surprising dangers in the fruit bowl. After that, we'll lay out a clear emergency plan for what to do if the worst happens. And finally, we'll talk about prevention, how to make your home a safer place. It really all boils down to one thing: metabolism. Our pets just do not process food the same way we do. And think about it, with all the popular diets today, like keto, all these new ingredients are showing up in our homes. Things that are great for our low-carb goals, like certain nuts and especially sugar substitutes, are suddenly everywhere. And that creates brand new, often hidden risks for our pets. All right, let's start with the sweet stuff. We've actually put together a most wanted list of the biggest offenders when it comes to toxic treats. You are definitely going to want to know these names. And sitting at the very top of that list, public enemy number 1, is a sweetener called xylitol. Now, you might not recognize the name, but I can almost guarantee it's in your house right now. So what is it? Xylitol, which you might also see called Birch Sugar, is a sugar substitute used in a massive range of products, especially anything labeled sugar-free or low-carb. People love it because it tastes like sugar, but it has fewer calories and, importantly for us, it doesn't raise blood sugar levels in humans. But this stuff is sneaky. It's hiding in places you would never, ever expect. Yeah, sure, sugar-free gum and mints, that makes sense. But it's also in some brands of peanut butter, ketchup, barbecue sauce, even your own toothpaste. This is why reading the ingredient labels has become so critical for pet owners. Now, just look at this difference. It's night and day. In humans, xylitol does nothing to our insulin. But in a dog, their body gets tricked. It thinks it's real sugar and releases this massive, catastrophic flood of insulin. That causes their blood sugar to crash to dangerously low levels, a condition called hypoglycemia. And we are not talking about a lot. It takes an incredibly tiny amount to be life-threatening. Just 0.1 grams per kilogram of body weight, we're talking about maybe a single piece of sugar-free gum for a small dog, is enough to cause seizures. A little more than that can cause total liver failure. It's no joke. And listen, you don't have to take my word for it. Dr. Jason Nicholas, a veterinarian, puts it bluntly. He says, and I'm quoting here, "Xylitol is one of the most dangerous common household products to dogs." And I'm not even remotely exaggerating when I say this. Okay, next up on our most wanted list is a villain you've probably heard of: chocolate. But the real bad guy here isn't the sugar or the fat. It's a specific compound found in cocoa called theobromine. Now, the rule with chocolate is actually pretty simple. The darker and more bitter it is, the more theobromine it has, and the more dangerous it is. So that means baking chocolate and dark chocolate are way worse than milk chocolate. If your pet gets into it, you could see anything from severe hyperactivity and vomiting to an irregular heartbeat and seizures. And hey, this isn't just a dog thing. It's toxic to cats. So it's not just the processed sweets and candies we have to worry about. Believe it or not, some of the most dangerous foods are totally natural and could be sitting in your fruit bowl right now. For years, vets have known that grapes and raisins are extremely dangerous for dogs. They can cause sudden, catastrophic kidney failure. But for the longest time, nobody knew why. What was the poison hiding inside the seemingly harmless little fruit? Well, recent research has finally pointed to the likely culprit, something called tartaric acid. It turns out grapes have a really high concentration of this stuff, and it seems to be what's so toxic to a dog's kidneys. What's scary is that the sensitivity can vary wildly from one dog to the next, so for some dogs, even a single grape could be a disaster. And grapes are not the only natural threat out there. Look at this list. Macadamia nuts can cause this really distinct weakness, especially in their back legs, plus tremors. Onions and garlic, And this means in all forms, raw, cooked, even powdered. They contain compounds that can actually destroy red blood cells and cause life-threatening anemia. Even avocados have something called persin that can lead to serious digestive issues and even heart problems. Okay, we've talked about a lot of dangers, but what if the worst happens? Your pet eats something they shouldn't. Knowing exactly what to do in those first few minutes can make all the difference. So let's walk through the emergency plan. First things first, try to stay calm but act fast. Step 1, get your pet away from whatever they're eating. Secure the area. Step 2, collect the evidence. Grab the wrapper, what's left of the food, anything that can help the vet figure out what they ate and, just as important, how much. And step 3, the most critical step, call for help right away. Do not wait for symptoms to show up. Time is everything. Now, what you don't do is just as important. Do not try to make your pet vomit unless a vet specifically tells you to. It can actually make things worse. Do not wait and see. By the time you see symptoms, serious damage might already be done. And please, please do not give them any human medicines or home remedies. And finally, never assume that just a small amount is okay. Here is the number for the ASPCA Animal Poison Control Center. Seriously, I would hit pause right now, take a screenshot, and save this number in your phone. It's a 24/7 hotline with veterinary experts who can give you immediate, life-saving advice. It's a lifeline. But of course, the very best emergency plan is to never need one in the first place. The ultimate goal here is prevention. It's all about turning our kitchens from a potential danger zone into a safe haven for our pets. And it really comes down to being vigilant. Keep those dangerous foods locked away or way up high on shelves they can't reach. Don't leave your plate unattended on the coffee table. Get into the habit of reading ingredient labels, always looking for xylitol. And make sure everyone in the house, from your kids to your guests, knows the rules about what's off limits. You know, just by being informed and being prepared, we can protect our best friends from all these hidden dangers. So take a second and look around your own kitchen. Is it a safe haven or is it a bit of a minefield? The good news is the choice is entirely up to you. Thanks for tuning in.